All right, we're going to try this again. So, today we want to talk about how you don't have to have the perfect plan or the exact outcome in order to take the first step outside of your comfort zone. So, the idea behind that is, I don't know if you've ever heard the quote, I believe it was Martin Luther King, but you don't have to see the whole staircase in order to take the first step. You just have to take the first step. Similarly, I think it was Jack Canfield says something like, you can drive your car across country, but you can only, you could do that by only seeing the first 100 feet in front of you. So you don't have to know exactly where you want to go with it. So for example, you know you want to start your own business doing some sort of activity. Let's say it's crafting. You want to start an Etsy shop. So you don't have to know exactly where you want to be in 10 years, but you know, okay, well, I have this skill, I want to do this. And so you have a starting point. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be the exact step-by-step structure. So I'm not sure where Michaela is, but I'll just keep on going. So you have to just take the first step and dive into it, because if you get into this place of needing to know what the whole staircase looks like, what the whole layout is, then you can get into this place of perfectionism and never starting. So before you know it, you have it's 10 years later and you still haven't done anything because you haven't had the perfect plan or the timing hasn't been perfect. So you have to let go of that perfectionism and just step into it. And I know for Michaela and I, we only met a year and a half ago, and we said, okay, we both love helping women. We're both moms, and we both have a very similar mindset and outlook on what we want to do in the world and shine our lights. We didn't know exactly where this was going to take us.
Right.
And so we've just kind of been navigating as we go. We know, all right, we want to do this together. All right, we want to have flexible schedules so we can spend time with our kids. All right, we want to empower women. And it's just constantly shifting, and we're navigating. And so we've been talking about goals a lot this month. And so a big part of that, yes, you set the goal, right? So, we want to, what's one of our goals, Michaela? We want to sign up,
We will
10 people into our signature program. Okay. But in 6 months, our goal may be completely different, or we may be doing a different program, or we might be focused on something else completely. And that's okay. So when we review our goals on a regular basis, we are looking at it and oh, that was a cute goal, and we'll cross it out, and it's okay that we didn't actually attain it. It was just where we were in that moment, and that's okay. And then we'll add some other goals that are a little bit beefier and have a little bit more intention behind them. And it's just it's having structure, but also fluidity
right.
at the same time.
Also knowing that you're not the only one deciding how this is all going to go. And same goes with what you just said, is the universe or God or the divine or whatever you want to call it, the source will guide you what the next step is, and even though we had, certain goals in the beginning, with seeing what our tribe needs, it's we can't keep teaching the same thing if you guys need something else, and so we're going to be adjusting according to your needs. That's why it's essential and crucial for you to let us know, what's going on, what troubles you, because that is not a place that you need to stay in, and we've
Right.
been there, and we've worked with women, and we were able to get them out of that place. I mean, everybody has a different time frame, but once that thing clicks, you're off, you'll turn that ignition on, and you'll just know. And we're just there to support. So with that said, you don't need to see the whole big picture, although it's nice to know what the things that you want to accomplish are. And that might change, recently this week, Maya and I teamed up with doTERRA essential oils because they, they just rock our world. And so we're going to start teaching you guys how to use oils starting next week. We didn't know that was not in the plan. That
See
just
that coming.
came out of nowhere,
Yeah.
And so, and
same thing. I'm doing training for EFT right now, the emotional freedom technique, because my soul's just taken the driver's seat, and that's what felt good for both my body and in order to support family, friends, and our tribe. So it's just adjusting. And again, it's not even something that was necessarily on our goals for this next, the rest of this year. So I think
weeks ago, we didn't put this on. It literally just came, like it just happened.
But it feels right. Yeah. So there's that balance between having some structure, having your goals, but also following your instincts and your gut. And as you step out of your comfort zone, I know, I can't remember if I've mentioned this in the group before, but I love how Karen Brzezinski, who we interviewed on the podcast a few weeks ago, but her will be live in January, but she talks about stepping outside of your comfort zone as like kind of, so you have this imaginary bubble around you. And so like, as you step outside the comfort zone, the bubble just kind of expands a little bit. And it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, but before you know it, it's actually your new bubble, right? And then your bubble is just going to keep expanding. And what that is increased self-value and self-confidence and self-worth and empowerment. And as you have those things and you step out of that, then that's going to just continually grow. So it's just really, really important to just have an eye on the prize. The prize might shift a little bit, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect, but we're here to help support you, help figure out, because some of you don't even know what you want to do or what your goals are, because you're just in it. You're in it. Some of you, I know a bunch of the new mamas this week have new babies. You're in it. You're in the trenches, and I get it. But you don't have to completely be lost in motherhood, even though you have a newborn. You can still be working on yourself and have goals in mind, and have that life outside of just being a mom, because I know it can sometimes feel like you're drowning and like have completely lost yourself, but it doesn't have to be that way. And that's exactly why we've created this space. Whether you have a new baby or you have older children, it doesn't matter, but you all deserve to have that. So anyway, I'm obviously really passionate about that. So I think we covered most of it. Structure with flexibility. So you have your goals, and you review them regularly so that you can flex with them. You can celebrate your wins. You can like kind of giggle at how cute some of your goals are. Like I remember a year ago, Michaela, when we did our goals, I think we had, we're writing a book, doing
affirmation cards,
which is all beautiful.
Yeah.
But it's just not what we need to be doing right now
with our time, with our stuff. And I'm sure in a couple years, because we do believe in affirmation and stuff, once our bubble expands, we're going to have that capacity, that space, that freedom to do whatever we want, really. We'll have the access to reach even, further. So that's really fun. So it's one of those things that it really does not stop. Once you begin, and don't be afraid to begin, because I know a lot of people are afraid to begin to start thinking big, because deep down inside, it's the ego that's telling you, no, that's not going to work. No, that's going to fail. But just know that voice is not your inner true voice from the heart. Tune into your heart. That's why it's essential to meditate, to be able to just listen to like what thoughts make you feel good, because essentially why we want all these things that we want is to feel good. It's not to acquire things, although those things are great and beautiful. It's to feel good. So if you start with intention to feel good, and also when doing your goals, make sure you have energy, make sure you have the right surroundings, because you're pouring your heart out there, and that is how you manifest. You know,
Yeah.
we all have the power to manifest anything that we want. I know we're told to that we're not, or, you know, as children, we've been put in these boxes of what we're good at. You know, you're creative, you're athletic, you are this. And we all kind of feel short from all these other things, but we can be whatever we want. I've been told I'm not athletic. Or then I just continue telling myself that story where I'm looking at myself, I'm like, I work out every damn day and I still had this belief that I'm not athletic. I'm like, what is wrong with me? So like I literally I had that shift of like, okay, I don't know where that came from, but I'm sending it back and power, you know, because I'm building my life. Like nobody's building my life for me. So, and somebody else's limiting beliefs that which now that I think about it, it was, that they took on somebody else's, and I'm sure it went backwards that way too. So anyway, live in this beautiful time, ladies, you know, take advantage. We're here for a reason. We're here to rise up, right? As many leaders nowadays say, and we are here to encourage you to take ownership of your life.
Yeah, and absolutely.
We're here to, you know, work with you. So anyone who's new in here, and who's not, you know, you've heard this before. We offer free introductory breakthrough calls just to see what's going on in your life, what's not working, what's working, like where do you want to go, and just having that sounding board is just going to, sorry, my phone keeps ringing. It's going to help you see the vision, you know, that you might not see in your day-to-day life, doing the same thing, you know, just hustling, right? We're all hustling. I mean, whether you're staying home or you're working, like, I don't think none of the moms are just sitting on the couch, like eating bonbons and just like, you know, but we all have the space and the time and the opportunity to build our life. And so that's what we want to show you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So be sure to schedule your breakthrough call. You can go to mayaandmichaela.com/apply for that. And also, we're still having, because October is our goal month, we're still having next Friday on the 26th, we will be having a drawing for a free 30-minute goal setting session. So in order to join that, you will put the link below for you to get your goal setting book. And I've got a list of, I think there's 14 women on it right now, people who have downloaded the workbook, and we'll be doing a drawing next week for that, and we'll tag you in that post. But be sure to download it, you know, whether you have whether you get 30-minute session or not, it's really, really valuable. And it's also something that we can utilize on a free breakthrough call as well.
Yep.
So we will put that link below.
Awesome.
All right. Have a good weekend. All right. Bye.